Hey guys, sorry about that. I went live before I was ready, but it's all good. It's all good. Actually, tonight's a bit of a comedy of errors because I also realised just a moment ago that I haven't actually prepared the news slides either. So you've got you've got me and text, me reading tonight. No text, but don't worry, it's worth the bother. So we're going to kick straight in. Let's go straight into news. This is of course Wednesday, May the 6th. Rokk Around the Clock. Um, and some interesting news today. Firstly, Google Stadia announced yesterday that over the course of this week, Stadia controllers will work wirelessly on Chrome browsers. Now, this is a major step forward and brings the promise of the same experience on all devices a step closer. StadiaSource.com have highlighted a workaround that enables wireless controllers on mobile devices today also. So, although the official rollout for mobile devices is probably not too far away, you can use their workaround if you want to get it to work on your mobile. Also, 9 to 5 Google revealed today that Android TV, the name for the operating system installed across many household brand televisions as middleware, including Sony and Sharp, is to be rebranded as Google TV. Now, there's some speculation that this is in conjunction with a soon to be released or rolled out Google Stadia TV. This also ties in with the recent updates for on screen keyboards and the aforementioned wireless controllers on Chrome, both of which would be prerequisites for a TV usage without a Chromecast Ultra. And finally, the world's most successful content creator, Pewdiepie, has signed an exclusive deal with Google's YouTube. In a statement as to why the Brighton-based Swede decided to concentrate on YouTube, he stated that he was looking at live streaming as his main focus from 2020. And most interestingly, that new product features had specially excited him. Could he be referring to crowd play on Google Stadia? We wonder. And with that, here's a revealing edition of
What's up, Rokk?
What's Up, Doc? Who's the biggest? So, this week, I wanted to look at market research from Google's perspective. You see, we all talk about the amount of gamers that currently use Stadia, but nobody is asking the one question, the single most important question that they should have been asking. What is the potential market size of all the cloud gaming competitors based on the reach of their individual products or services? Now, when you break this down, it's sobering. Be prepared to have your ideas flipped on their head. So, what sparked this thought was the news today via 9 to 5 Google that Android TV is set to have a name change to Google TV. The speculation as to why this would be is wide-ranging, but to me it's obvious. If you're about to launch a product across all Android middleware installed TVs, and that product is called Google Stadia, it makes sense to show brand cohesion and bow to the new king. Now these are big words and I need to back them up, so let's look at the competition, starting with Microsoft. So this week, Xbox boss Phil Spencer proudly declared that Xbox Game Pass membership had just reached 10 million. That's a very impressive number. We don't know as yet whether xCloud will be charged on top or whether it will be included in the base price. But we do know that users will at least be able to stream their own games for free. So that is an instant 10 million user base straight away if we're talking about market reach. What about Xboxes themselves? Well, not everybody has a Game Pass. As of 2019, there were 65 million Xbox owners, and of course, that could increase this year with the next generation of console going on sale. So let's be super generous and lump both Game Pass members and Xbox owners together as potential xCloud users, and we'll call that 75 million people. Oh, and let's not forget Mixer, the Xbox game streaming service. It's important to include these because not all people like to play games, but there's still value in game voyeurs. So, in the case of Mixer, latest estimates for Microsoft is 6 million weekly users of the service playing or watching. Now, what about Nvidia's GeForce Now? Well, as of February this year, there were a reported 1 million users. Not too shabby at all, but potential reach is what we're interested in here. And we know that anybody with a PC and a Steam account could be a customer of Nvidia GeForce Now. So how many Steam users are there? The answer is around 90 million. Now, of course, we're talking about PC gamers, and they're supremely proud of their rigs, and cloud gaming holds little interest. So the actual market could be a small fraction of that. But let's leave it at 90 million for now. Big potential then for GeForce Now as well. Now let's look at the so-called elephant in the room, Amazon. At this point, we still know very little about their cloud gaming offering, short of the fact that it has at least been confirmed and is currently known as Project Tempo. We probably won't even see it this year, as the folks in Seattle are taking this very, very gingerly. But let's do some market analysis anyway and see what their potential numbers look like. Amazon have two major strings to their bow. The first is Amazon Prime, almost certainly the vehicle that will be used to deliver their cloud gaming service. Amazon Prime has 150 million subscribers worldwide. That's a huge sleeping user base. Of course, not all of those users are in any way, shape or form interested in gaming, any more than I use the free ebook option. But we're talking potential reach here, so we need to count that in. Oh, and let's not forget the 34 million Fire Stick users too across the world. If it was on there, even if you had to pay for the games in the same way that Stadia users who don't have Pro have to, it's viable. It's viable numbers. The other string to Amazon's bow is Twitch. Now, the service has had mixed fortunes since their surprise purchase, but Twitch has 3 million streamers, active streamers, and 140 million viewers per week. Now, these are more likely to be interested in a cloud gaming service, but it's almost impossible to know how many. We don't even know what percentage are Amazon Prime customers, for example, or even what percentage of viewers regularly game themselves, but we'll lump it all together nonetheless. So Amazon has a fairly huge potential market reach in the hundreds of millions. Now let's look at Google Stadia. Firstly, let's get something clear here. Google has made good on its promise to make Stadia available on TV, phone, and PC. But, and here's the dirty little secret, Google has mass penetration across all of these devices using products and services that dominate on an industrial scale. Android TV, soon to be rebranded Google TV, is installed on over 40 million televisions across the world, including Sony and Sharp and other brands. And that's not even including the third-party boxes that use Android TV as their base. Now that's impressive, but Android mobile operating system is installed on over 3 billion phones. That's 82% of all the smartphones across the globe. And that doesn't even include tablets, which reach a further 1.2 billion people. Now divide that by half, and you've still got eye-watering numbers. What about PCs? Well, Google Chrome is the most installed browser in the world, representing 71% of all desktop users and 60% of all mobile users. Deep breath, people. That is estimated at a number greater than half the population of the world. What about YouTube? I mean, we have allowed Mixer and Twitch, right? So, well, YouTube has 1.4 billion users per week watching its game channel alone, let alone the billions of hours of gaming-related content elsewhere on the site. So now you're beginning to see why Stadia is Google's favourite new product, right? It has a combined reach across all screens of twice the world's population. To put that into perspective, let's now imagine a world where Microsoft, GeForce Now and Amazon all decided to bunch together, bring all their services together to compete with Google. The combined reach of all of their devices, all of their products, all of their services that exist today would be less than 500 million. 489 million users. That's not even 10% of Google's overall reach. 10%. So next time someone says to you there aren't very many users of Google Stadia, you've got my permission to send them here. In the words of a very famous street poet, it's the quiet ones that tend to hold all the cards.
What's up, Rokk?
Well, that was it. That was my What's Up Rokk for this week. I think it's going to spark some debate. Those numbers are valid. You can go and look them up yourself. They're totally real. And it's flipping the perspective. Everybody thinks about the current value of users, but Google never have done. Google have always had their eye on the bigger prize. And when you realise that they reach just about everybody on the planet with one of their services, you can see why, if I was Amazon, or if I was Microsoft, or if I was Nvidia, I'd be worried. That's all for today. Thank you for tuning in. Quick shout out to chat because I love you guys. Hi Antonio, thanks for coming in as always, mate. Victor, good to see you, buddy. David, how are you, mate? My good friend Lee and Dazadini, my two zombie killing partners in crime that keep me up till 2 in the morning. Can't you see the matchsticks? Hey Rick, thanks for the good comment, pal. Who else have we got? Let's scroll back up a little bit here. I'm sure I saw my daughter in there somewhere. Thank you ever so much, guys. I know it's a bit of a short one tonight, but I had some numbers in there that I thought you'd find of interest. And on that note, I'm going to wish you all a very good evening and rock out.